seemed like they did not want to be seen. Well, the two people appear to be the CEO of a software development firm and his head of HR.
By the time the video hit 50 million views, most people were too focused on the couple, ducking the kiss cam, to notice the real story. Two executives caught in the act, flinching under stadium lights, whispering like no one was watching. But someone was watching. Someone just off to the left, frozen in a perfect frame, laughing like she'd just seen karma hit in real time. Her name? Alyssa Stoddard. And insiders now say she wasn't just a bystander. According to multiple sources, she may have been the spark that lit this entire corporate wildfire.
We're going to continue to expand globally.
Andy Byron, CEO of a billion-dollar AI company, and Kristen Cabot, his head of human resources, were seen shrinking in panic at the concert.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Word is, Alyssa had waited years for this moment. Not the concert, but the downfall. For 5 years, she worked at Astronomer, the same billion-dollar tech firm that once called Andy Byron its visionary CEO. On paper, Alyssa was a junior HR assistant with average pay and zero visibility. But people close to the company say she knew everything: who got hired, who got fired, and more importantly, who got promoted. Reports suggest that when Kristen Cabot, now infamous for her moment on the Coldplay Kiss Cam, landed a sudden leapfrog promotion to senior HR director, Alyssa didn't just roll her eyes. She started paying attention. Sources say that promotion had nothing to do with merit. Insiders claim Kristen had been having a secret relationship with CEO Andy Byron, one that allegedly started after a company retreat 2 years ago. Everyone suspected it, one former employee told us, but only Alyssa had access to the schedules, the emails, the travel bookings. According to internal chatter, Kristen's promotion came just weeks after she and Andy began frequently overlapping on business travel, including a suspicious 3-day extension in Napa that never made it onto the public calendar. But what no one expected was that the real drama wouldn't play out behind closed doors, it would explode at a concert. Reports indicate that Alyssa knew Kristen and Andy were attending the Coldplay show together. She wasn't just attending the concert too, she was seated directly beside Kristen, left a frame in the now viral kiss cam footage. And while Andy and Kristen recoiled, visibly panicking at being caught, Alyssa smiled, then laughed. And that tiny reaction has now sparked one of the most bizarre theories circulating online.
They have not commented on the incident.
Listen, viva la vida, but with amazing people, like, what are you doing? Head of HR.
Head of HR.
Yeah, and the CEO. What are you guys doing?
That Alyssa set them up. Could an overlooked assistant really bring down two of the company's top executives with one perfectly placed laugh? According to insiders, this wasn't luck, it was long-simmering revenge. And if the rumors about what Alyssa did next are true, it's only the beginning. Sources close to the situation say Alyssa didn't just laugh at the concert. She'd been holding that laugh in for years. Word is, her resentment toward Kristen started small, a denied promotion here, an ignored suggestion there. But insiders claim it all changed when she found out the woman who leapfrogged her had been having private dinners with the CEO. Off the clock, off the books, and definitely off HR policy. Reports suggest Alyssa first started to suspect something during the company's annual holiday party 2 years ago. While most employees left early, Kristen and Andy stayed late, alone. That's when Alyssa started documenting everything, one person familiar with the office dynamic said. Not gossip, details, timelines, emails. According to multiple sources, Alyssa began noticing patterns. Kristen was being included in executive meetings she didn't normally attend. Flight bookings changed at the last minute. Hotel upgrades mysteriously aligned. At first, it was just whispers. But soon, insiders say Alyssa had proof.
I spoke with workplace expert Stephen Viscusi.
This requires, to me, not one, but 2 resignations.
One person close to the HR team claims Alyssa accidentally stumbled upon a receipt reimbursement form for a luxury wine bar in Sonoma, filed under team dinner with only 2 names, Andy and Kristen. It wasn't just the trip, the source said. It was the cover-up. That's when Alyssa realized this wasn't a fling. It was a campaign. But here's where it gets messier. According to reports, Alyssa had applied for the same HR director role just 3 months earlier. She had seniority, more certifications, better performance reviews. Yet, the job went to Kristen. Word is, Kristen's official promotion was signed off by Andy alone, bypassing the usual 3-person approval process. Sources say that's when Alyssa started quietly documenting everything and stopped trusting anyone. One insider called it a slow-motion coup, with Kristen allegedly using charm while Alyssa used silence. And then came the concert, According to a now viral Reddit thread, Alyssa didn't just show up to Gillette Stadium by coincidence, she made sure to be in the same section, the same row, and just a few seats away from Kristen. Reports suggest she had even scouted the venue layout beforehand. Was she hoping for a moment? A camera pass? Or had she, as some users now speculate, paid extra for a high-visibility seat near the center aisle, right where the kiss cam tends to hover? It's not confirmed, one tech blogger noted, but it's oddly perfect placement.
Yeah, because he just realized how many millions of dollars he lost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, here's the thing, it's like, if he didn't freak out, no one would have any idea that this had happened.
True.
That's when pattern interrupt number 1 hits. The smile. The camera panned, Kristen gasped, Andy flinched, and Alyssa, for the first time in years, exhaled, not in shock, but in what witnesses now describe as satisfaction. And while the internet laughed at the awkward couple caught in 4K, Alyssa, according to sources, was already preparing her next move. Insiders reveal that the moment the concert ended, Alyssa didn't celebrate. She started working. According to one source with direct knowledge of the situation, she immediately clipped the kiss cam video from the venue livestream and sent it to a private burner email account. She knew exactly what she had, they said, and she didn't want it traced. Word is, within 24 hours, the footage had made its way to 2 Reddit threads, a tech gossip Instagram page, and a tip submission form at a mid-sized entertainment news outlet. No watermark, no caption, just 15 seconds of panic, intimacy, and a laugh.
I think cheating is an abomination, okay? And this man has a wife, he has children, these kids are gonna have to watch and see this. They don't look, I would be devastated if I was his wife.
You do have to think about the children and the spouses. We're all laughing about it, but they're all families and stuff.
It didn't take long before TikTok did the rest. But here's where things allegedly go from viral to vicious. According to multiple sources inside Astronomer, Kristen Cabot was not supposed to be in Boston that weekend. Official travel logs show she was working remotely. Yet, the timestamp on the kiss cam footage places her squarely at the venue and seated with the CEO. That blew up everything, one employee told us, not just because of the optics, but because it proved she lied on internal documentation. Reports suggest that's when the company went into crisis mode. An emergency board meeting was held, emails were scrubbed, and according to 2 insiders, a confidential HR investigation was quietly launched, led by none other than Alyssa herself. It was almost poetic, one person said. She had waited years for them to mess up publicly, and now she was the one interviewing staff about their behavior. Word is, Kristen was called in for a routine debrief the Monday after the concert, but when she walked in, Alyssa was already there. And according to those familiar with the exchange, Alyssa didn't say much. She didn't need to. Sources confirm that within 48 hours of the incident going viral, Kristen was placed on administrative leave. Andy Byron, meanwhile, reportedly tried to downplay the footage as taken out of context, but insiders claim he was advised to step away voluntarily before shareholders intervened. His resignation, while framed as mutual, came with a full scrub of his LinkedIn profile and company bio. Reports suggest that behind closed doors, Andy tried to locate the source of the leak, even asking whether internal systems had been breached. But according to insiders, the file wasn't sent from work servers. It was uploaded from a coffee shop Wi-Fi in Cambridge, the same area where Alyssa reportedly lives. The final twist? One tech journalist claims that shortly after the scandal broke, an anonymous source submitted a timeline of Kristen and Andy's alleged relationship, complete with emails, travel logs, and calendar screenshots. It wasn't just a leak, the journalist said. It was a dossier. And Alyssa, according to reports, she hasn't said a word publicly, but word is she's already been promoted. By the end of the week, Astronomer didn't just have a PR crisis. According to company insiders, it had a full-blown mutiny. Anonymous Glassdoor reviews began popping up, hinting at inappropriate executive conduct, abuse of power, and long-standing favoritism. One reviewer even claimed that promotion at Astronomer was based more on dinner reservations than merit. While none of the reviews named Kristen or Andy directly, reports suggest the company's legal team took them seriously, very seriously. Insiders say the biggest blow came not from the video, but from what happened next. A former finance team member came forward with allegations that Kristen had signed off on several questionable expense reports tied to Andy's private spending. According to sources, this included first-class flights labeled as training events, luxury dinners marked team morale, and even a wellness retreat that allegedly doubled as a romantic getaway. The receipts were buried under budget categories no one questioned, one former accountant revealed. But after the video, people started digging. Word is, Alyssa wasn't the only one keeping track. The difference? she went public first, or at least gave others the courage to do so. Meanwhile, Kristen's husband, who had remained silent since the concert, reportedly moved out of their shared home just days after the footage aired. According to neighbors, movers arrived early one morning and began loading boxes. No comment, no statements, just silence. "It was like watching a breakup in real time," one local said. "No yelling, just a quiet end." Sources say Kristen hasn't been seen in public since and has reportedly deleted several personal social media accounts. And Andy? According to tech industry insiders, his phone hasn't stopped ringing, but not for the reasons he wants. Several speaking gigs have been canceled, investors have distanced themselves, and at least one tech accelerator reportedly pulled him from their advisory board. He went from rising star to corporate cautionary tale in a week, one VC insider told us. It wasn't just the scandal, it was the arrogance. Reports suggest that Andy tried to confront the woman who filmed the kiss cam moment, believing she was responsible for the leak. But insiders confirm it wasn't her. The original upload, it came from a dummy account, one that, according to Reddit sleuths, used the same email prefix as Alyssa's old internal logins. Here's where things get even stranger. Multiple sources now allege that Alyssa had applied for transfer positions outside HR months earlier, including a request to join Astronomer's internal compliance team. Some insiders now believe the Coldplay fallout wasn't just payback, it was positioning. This wasn't emotional, one source said. It was tactical. And based on what happened next, that theory might be right. It's been just over a month since that 15-second Coldplay kiss cam clip first exploded online. In that time, Kristen Cabot has resigned, Andy Byron has vanished from the boardrooms of Silicon Valley, and Astronomer, once a quiet tech firm on the rise, is now scrambling to rebuild trust from shareholders and employees alike. But amid all the chaos, one woman has quietly emerged from the shadows. Alyssa Stoddard. And insiders say she's not just surviving the scandal, she's thriving. Reports confirm that Alyssa has officially been promoted to Interim Director of People and Culture, the very role Kristen once held, but sources close to the company say it's more than just a title change. "She's being listened to now," one senior employee told us. "People who ignored her before are suddenly looping her in on everything." Word is, Alyssa is overseeing a full audit of the company's promotion and hiring practices, and sources suggest she's already uncovered multiple instances of preferential treatment tied to executive discretion. But perhaps the most shocking twist is that Alyssa hasn't spoken publicly about the video, the scandal, or even her new role. No interviews, no statements, not even a tweet. According to one PR strategist familiar with the case, that silence is powerful. It's letting the story tell itself. Industry insiders believe that may be part of the strategy. By staying out of the spotlight, Alyssa has managed to look composed, calculated, and above the drama. "People aren't just impressed," said one HR consultant. "They're taking notes." Meanwhile, Kristen is reportedly finalizing her divorce. Word is, her husband cited irreconcilable differences and requested full custody of their children. Andy Byron, on the other hand, is rumored to be negotiating a severance deal quietly in exchange for signing an NDA that prevents him from discussing the internal workings of Astronomer. Multiple reports suggest lawyers were brought in to ensure the terms remain sealed. "He's walking away with money," one insider said, "but not with dignity." And what about the girl who filmed the infamous kiss cam moment? According to TikTok, she's received messages from journalists, agents, even Netflix producers asking about adaptation rights. But sources confirm she had no connection to Alyssa and only uploaded the clip because the moment was awkward and hilarious. It just so happened to be the spark Alyssa had been waiting for. So was this all a coincidence? A series of events that just happened to fall perfectly into place? Or did Alyssa orchestrate it all, one silent move at a time? In an industry where silence usually means complicity, she used hers as a weapon. And as Astronomer rebuilds and former executives scatter, the woman who laughed at just the right time is now calling the shots. What do you think? Strategic mastermind or poetic justice? Either way, one thing is clear. Never underestimate the quiet one in the corner. She might be writing the final chapter.